multiverse of beer and music.
Hey everyone, thanks for coming back, or if this is your first time, welcome. I am Dr. Tangent, and you are entering the multiverse of beer and music. Tonight we're going to rip the fabric of time and space, have some beer, and listen to some music. Sounds pretty simple. I don't even know why you people are watching. But anyway, thank God some of you are. What we're drinking tonight is a beer from Hitchhiker Brewing over towards Pittsburgh in a place called Sharpsburg, PA. It is a hazy IPA called So Soft. It is brewed with wheat and oats in its grain bill, so we really expect it to have a very full mouthfeel, be very hazy, full-bodied, maybe even a little bit of perceived creaminess. The oats will give it a little slight perception of sweetness, and it is hopped exclusively with cashmere hops, offspring of Northern Brewer hops and Cascade hops. Both are Pacific Northwest varieties of American hops, used heavily in both East Coast and West Coast IPAs. Now, if you watched the video about hops, I'll put a link to it over here, you will know that hops serve two purposes generally in beer. They provide bitterness and or they provide aroma and flavor. And you'll know that hops that are added early on in the process, if you've watched the process video, are going to give more to the bitterness of the beer. And hops that are added very late in the boil process, the brewing process, are going to contribute more to the aroma and flavor of the beer. So this is a very good dual purpose hop. It can do both. Some hops are much better at one than the other. This particular hop showcases lemon, lime, and melon flavors, has a very smooth bitterness, and is mildly aromatic with a subtle herbal bouquet, a subtle herbal sensation on the nose. It weighs in at 6.2%, so it's not a lightweight, but not big enough to be a double IPA or anything like that. Sounds interesting. I'm expecting it to be a very soft, round mouthfeel, given the name and given the fact that they put a lot of wheat and oats in the grain bill. But let's crack it open and take a look, shall we? Very bad pour. Holy cow. Could I do any worse? It almost looks like a milk pour. And opening up a whole can of worms, bringing up milk pours. Small tangent. A milk pour, or mliko, M-L-I-K-O pour, is an old Czechoslovakian way of serving beer from one of those side pull taps that you end up with a glass that is just full of a very fine, almost creamy foam that gives you a completely different experience of the beer. You're supposed to chug it, and it brings out a lot of the hop flavors without really bringing out any of the bitterness. And it's... Some feel it's a fad, a new fad, but it's actually a very old historical thing that has become popular in a lot of breweries, at least up here in the Northeast. I don't know about the rest of the country. I assume so. But it is a point of contention among a lot of beer purists. So, okay, I've wasted enough time to let some of the head of my incredibly bad pour settle. We'll top it off. And we will see that we have, yes, Very opaque, hazy, orangey color, golden orange. We have a substantial head, rocky almost. When we talk about rocky head, we're talking about how it forms like little peaks and valleys. And it has pretty good staying power. That head's going to last for a good bit. Let's have a smell, shall we? Pardon that. I get a lot of citrus. I get a lot of the lemon and the lime, maybe even a little bit orange. The herbal is very light. It's not like a Jägermeister herbal. It's more like a bath soap herbal, maybe like a bath bomb. Yes, it is along the lines of what I expected. The bitterness is there, but it's a very soft, round bitterness. Perhaps they did some first wort hopping, which means they added the hops before the wort's even brought up to a boil, which helps deliver all the bitterness from the dose of hops, but makes it a softer and rounder experience. It's not a harsh bitterness at all. It's very soft, has a very full mouthfeel, not really any carbonic bite. It's not overly carbonated, so you don't get a lot of like the prickly, stingy bubbles on your tongue. It's very soft, very flavorful. As I'm starting to drink it and get my nose down in it, I am smelling more of the herbal component. Flavor-wise, I do get some melon in the citrus, like a lemon lime citrus. Also getting just a slight bit of pininess in there. But I'm odd. But what does Groucho Marx say? He says, "Blessed are the cracked, for they shall let in the light." All right. So, what do we pair with something that is on the surface very soft, very easygoing, but certainly has some complexity to it, has maybe more than a few things there for you to think about, for you to process? I think I have the perfect band and the perfect song with the perfect video to go with this. The video in particular is really interesting. I want you to pay attention to it because it feels like it's shot all in one shot. And it's set at a wedding reception somewhere maybe in the 70s. And the camera slowly makes its way around the entire place, kind of eventually passing by the wedding band on the stage, but it passes through the crowd 4 times. And each time things change a little bit. It really has a lot to do with the meaning of the song, and I feel like it has a good connection to this beer in that there's lots of layers and there's lots of things to consider. And every once in a while, it's nice to pay a little bit of attention and see where things go. So let's get at it. So what'd you think, folks? Interesting video, no? Personally, I feel like it's like a swirling whirlpool that's talking about how nostalgia in time can kind of gloss over one's past and make the memories seem maybe better than they were. But I think the message of the song is to, if there's something from your past that is good and calls to you, celebrate that. And if there's stuff in your past that haunts you and drags you down, find a way to forget it. Find a way to let it go. But anyway, maybe gone a little too deep, but that happens. Anyhow, I think it's a great song. I think it's a fantastic video. I think this is a really, really good beer. It's what I expected, but I expected a lot. So Hitchhiker did not disappoint. If you like the video, give it a like, thumbs up. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Maybe you didn't like the video. Maybe you didn't like the song. Maybe you think there's another song that could go better. Maybe you hate cashmere hops and want to vent and get it off your chest. Well, put it right in the comments. I'll check it out. But subscribe. I put new content out every week, at least once a week. Let me know if there's something you would like to see. Let me know if you wanted me to do more Tame Impala, more Hitchhiker, more IPAs, less IPAs. What do you want? But hit that notification bell because there is new content coming constantly, and I would like for you to be aware. But anyway, thanks a lot. I'll catch you again real soon. Good night.